Today we're introducing our latest live acquisition, Jacob black rat snake. Jacob replaces at least two others that we've had here on display over the years. And this time Jacob actually is a male. And these snakes are Connecticut native species, not uncommon, but not tremendously wide. Habitat preference tends to be kind of rugged, forested areas, and also areas that are not high in elevation. And so it's not unusual to find them throughout the Housatonic River Valley and the Connecticut River Valley. This particular snake was raised by a breeder. And came from Florida, actually, but it is the right species for us, the black rat snake. These are snakes that are constricting snakes, so they grab their prey, which tend to be small mammals, birds, but even amphibians and reptiles and insects, and they kill them by constricting, which not all snakes do. I could remember watching with some trepidation the first time I watched a garter snake feed, and it was eating its prey alive. And that was a little distressing, but it's the way nature works. But like boa constrictors, these black rat snakes are constricting snakes. The corn snake is also a constrictor. And so they will subdue their prey first before ingesting it. These are also very good climbers. Rat snakes are adept at climbing trees. And of course, one of the reasons for that isn't because they're going up for the view. They're climbing to find the nests of birds or cavities where mice might be nesting and so on. And I'll never forget seeing, I guess maybe the first one or second one that I'd seen in the wild was in fact in the Housatonic River Valley over at St. John's Ledges in Kent. And the black rat snake was climbing up a birch tree that had grown at a bit of an angle. And there were indeed some hollow spaces up above, some tree cavities that the snake was headed to and actually disappeared into while we were viewing it that day in July. So we're really delighted to have Jacob here. His normal residence is not draped around Nicole's neck, but instead in the display case behind her. And now when people visit the museum, they'll actually have a live snake in the cage to look at. It has been vacant for a few months. And sometimes it's a challenge to find this snake, and you can appreciate how animals benefit from their ability to become camouflaged with their background. Obviously, Jacob is a young rat snake. They'll get up to be about 6 feet long, and I think we measured him at about 4 feet, right?
Yep, 4 feet.
And so we have yet to weigh him, actually. I think that'll be a project one day. And we'll keep that data and then and see how the snake grows. But he is a young rat snake, and so he's sort of full of vim and vigor.
And we'd also like to thank Nicole, and Justine for being just uber volunteers and also for being girls who love snakes.
Yes,
oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ladies. Thanks, Jeff.
One of the features that you use for distinguishing between one species and another is to look at the individual scales. And some scales are keeled. In other words, they have this little ridge that runs right down the middle of the scale. And some scales are not keeled.
Oh.
And sometimes that's a feature that becomes important. Yeah, those are keeled. To being sure that you've identified the snake. Black rat snakes, when they're juveniles, when they're young, they're not colored like this. So if you were to catch one and find one in the wild and it's not black, you might be wondering, what the heck is this thing? And
what color are they when they're...
Well, they're more like a young milk snake.
Oh.
You know, we don't have a milk snake on display, but they're blotched with lighter colors and